It'll be that'll be good. Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Lenny. This is Big Girls Really Do Cry, and this is also the Banish bin. And our special guest this week is Susan Badwolf, who's over here. Well, you're not over there. You're over. I can't point. You know, my words are.
I know what you mean. Good evening.
What did you say?
I said good evening.
Oh, good evening. Yeah. So for anyone who is new here, basically the Banish bin is where you come and talk about all the things that you want banishing forever. I will give you categories and you make your choices, 3 choices for each category. You sort of pledge your, what's the word? Give your reasons for each thing you want to banish, and then I will save one and the chat will banish the one out of the 2 remaining forever. Well, not really forever, because we haven't got that fire, but it sounds good.
I hope everyone's got a lot of drinks and snacks to hand, because we might be here a while.
Yeah. That is, if your sound just went in and out there, so hopefully it'll be fine though.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Right, let's see who's in the chat and we'll say hello. So, hi Nia, hi Phil, hi Sharon, hi Laura, hi Ian, hi Stu, hi Ashley, hi Thomas, hi Chris, hi other Ian. I can't just call him other Ian, can I? Hi Mandy, hi Antoinette, and anyone else who comes in, hi, but you'll not know I said that anyway. We will get started, shall we? We'll just go in, strike while the iron's hot.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Gloria. The first category I gave you was films. So,
films.
Your first choice of film?
Well, lots to choose from. I did ask you about this. That can I put a whole franchise of films in? And you said that was perfectly acceptable. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with my first choice. And my first choice is, and probably offend lots of people, but it is Disney. The whole of Disney. All of it can go in.
All of Disney?
Yeah. I don't like Disney. I was brought up on Disney films and I feel I've been indoctrinated by them over the years. They are, well, I think there's lots of, in the older ones in particular, there's lots of sexism and racial stereotypes and all sorts of things like that, misogyny and whatever. And even in the more recent ones, I see some of that. And I don't like all these fantasy worlds that they're in. You know, I'm just not into that type of thing. And so, yeah, I think the whole lot can go in, including all the theme parks and all the mugs. Sorry, Carla, but the whole lot can go in. Everything Disney related.
Everything Disney related. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not just going for the film franchise, the lot. Wipe it all out.
just wipe the lot. Wow. That is like straight in now, isn't it?
Straight for the juicer, yeah.
I mean, I like Disney. I have to say, I do. I like it. I like the escapism. And I think, and I mean, I like the fact that it's, I mean, yes, obviously there's stereotypes, and especially previously, do you know what I mean? Yeah. They've only, I suppose, more recently made a lot stronger female characters in them, like Brave and Frozen, I suppose. But I guess that was the same of a lot of, that was the same of films in general, though, you know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I still find them, apart from all of that, they're too sickly sweet and all happy ever after type stuff. It's just not me. And even in the more recent ones, I still feel that the female characters, there's something wrong about them. They're They've got these big eyes and tiny waists, and that's just totally unrealistic for young girls to be exposed to. I don't like them anyway.
Yeah, I understand. I think that there should be, the heroes should have more of a normal appearance, I guess. But then I suppose I can understand it's that sort of fantasy thing, like, isn't it? That sort of imagination that you do that. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it doesn't do anything for me.
and to be honest, it is, although it's mostly for children, mostly. Like I said, I do like to watch the Disney films, and I know, like, mostly, like I said, it's for children. But okay,
so that's one. Do you want me to do number 2?
Yeah. What's your next one?
So the second one, number 2, is also a bit of a franchise. It's a smaller one, but it's a series of films, and that is Lord of the Rings. I just can't see why anyone likes them. I mean, where do I start about what annoys me about them? Everything annoys me about them. First of all, it's a fantasy world full of imaginary creatures, pixies and goblins and dragons and elves, and I don't do that stuff. I can't stand it. And then they've all got weird names. Why can't they have normal names? I just don't. I mean, Bilbo and Frodo and Legoland or something. There's one called. I'm sure there's one called Legoland or something like that. And then the way they speak, they've got this weird archaic way of speaking in it, and the whole of the films, they're all dreary. Well, I say all, I've only ever seen one of them because I just can't bear to watch them. They're just dreary music, dreary dark sets and woods or whatever, and I don't really know what's going on in them, and I don't really have the brain capacity to try and figure it out either. It just seems so boring to me. They're just walking endlessly through dark woods to try and find something or do something, and I don't really know what they're trying to find or what they're trying to do because I don't give a shit, really. I just feel it's really sad that these films have got such fantastic actors in. There's loads of really great actors in those, and they're wasting their time on that rubbish. So that's my second choice, Lord of the Rings.
I can't. In some ways, I can't argue it because I've never seen it. But I do like the whole sort of disappearing, like, like that magic of making things up, of stories that you can just let your imagination run wild with. So
I can see somebody in the chats mentioned Doctor Who. Hi. Now, Doctor Who to me is completely different. It is a world, an imaginary world full of like made up things, but it's kind of more scientific, and I like the sci-fi aspect of it. But it's also, I think the thing that I really despise about the type of film, like, it doesn't seem to be any humour in it. It's all dark and dreary. Whereas in Doctor Who, I find there's loads of fun in that and loads of humour. I just find it humourless and empty and depressing. I don't know. So to me, they're a world apart. Doctor Who and Lord of the Rings are completely.
I mean, like I said, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings to know exactly, but isn't there some sort of war in it, like where people all fighting to the death and things? I don't know, but
yeah.
Hi Patricia. Hi Ed. Hi.
So that's number 2,
right? And then
the third one is, this isn't a franchise, it's just one film, although I think there is a second one, but I've not wasted my time on that. Now, I love sci-fi. Sci-fi is one of my favourite genres of film, and this is a sci-fi film. And I was told before I saw it that it was a fantastic sci-fi film, a classic, got deep and meaningful, like plot and everything. So I thought, oh yeah, this is right up my street. And it's Blade Runner. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Lainey, but Blade Runner.
I've seen the original.
Yeah, it's the original one I'm talking about. Oh my God, it's one of the worst films I've ever seen, and I wasted 2 hours of my precious life on it, and I'm out for revenge, really, because I hated it. I found it probably even more so than Lord of the Rings, dark, depressing, and so boring. It was the most boring 2-hour film. It was just awful. And as opposed to Lord of the Rings, where I find that the actors in that, the cast was dire. Harrison Ford, I don't hate him, but he's not. I find him boring. I've never seen anything with him in that I've enjoyed. I just don't rate him at all.
Indiana Jones.
No, not my cup of tea. No. Don't add more to my list, Lainey. And then there's Sean Young. Oh my God, she's one of the most talentless, dead behind the eyes type of people that we've ever been blessed with. I know that she's meant to be an android in this film, so maybe that's why she's dead behind the eyes, but I've seen her in other stuff and she's always dead behind the eyes. And then there's Rutger Hauer, and supposedly this is his best ever acting role, his masterpiece. And are you all right, Lainey? Stop choking. Yeah, so supposedly this is Rutger Hauer's best ever role. Oh, I just thought he was awful in it. They were all wooden. All those are the three main ones that I remember. They were all wooden. To me, they're like they're reading their lines off an auto cue. So I hate it. I hate the acting. I hate the plot. I hate the sets. I hate the music. Hate it all. Full of hate for that film. And as I say, I did watch that one right to the end, whereas Lord of the Rings, I really gave up the will to live about half an hour in. Didn't get much further.
The only memory of Blade Runner I have is what's his name? Him. I think he was in the middle of a road, and that's about the only thing I can think of for the whole thing. So
he's got this famous scene in it where he's like in the rain. I don't know, doing something. I don't know what he's doing because I've blanked it out really. But he's tears in rain and all that. But yeah. Not
was it with a stick or something? I can't remember.
I don't know. I've blanked it out, Lainey. I've actually gone back and watched a few clips of it just for this doing this thing tonight, just so to remind myself of the horror of it. And it's dire. So yeah, there's my three choices. So I think I know which one you're gonna save. I've kind of got a feeling.
Yeah, I'm saving Disney. You know that.
I know that. But I had to say it because I despise it.
I'm saving Disney because obviously I like it. Loads of people do, and the main thing is it's for children and just the whole magic of it. I agree with you that they do need to be a bit more updated to it. You know, like a bit more stronger female characters. I think they've started to do that, but I still think that they can improve on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm saving Disney.
Knew it.
So, the chat. You have the choice of being in Lord of the Rings or Blade Runner. So if you want to banish Lord of the Rings, just type Lord, not Lloyd. That would be weird. And if you want to banish Blade Runner, type Blade. And then
you better make the right choice, folks. Please make the right choice.
Another takes the most votes. Yeah. Oh God. Like a few Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's one Blade. Yeah, I still think Lord of the Rings won in that, like.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Lord of the Rings it is.
That's the wrong choice, actually. If I chose out of those three, it would be Blade Runner. Because it just upset me so much because it was so terrible.
Well, you've got to keep Blade Runner and take it back home with you.
Okay.
Right, now moving on to the next one, which is drinks.
Yes, I found this one a bit hard to begin with. I really couldn't think of it, but then I started thinking of some. I mean, my most hated drink of all is coffee, but I'm not choosing that one as my three because it's already been chosen by everybody. You, Ian, and Nick, you all chose it. I'm amazed that so many people hate coffee, but I also hate coffee. But let's put that to one side because it's already in there. So my first choice is Advocaat or eggnog. I like alcoholic custard, I call it.
Eggnog.
I love custard. Custard is a fantastic thing in its right place, you know, on on a rhubarb crumble or something. But who in their right mind ever thought that putting alcohol in custard was a good idea? I just think they're nutters. Alcohol has no place near custard, and that's what this stuff is. It's custard with alcohol in it, and I just think it's wrong, and I think it should be banned or banished. So that's my first one.
Right. I've never tried it.
No, I've tried
for two, like whether I would like it. But the name is enough.
Yeah.
Like, eggnog doesn't sound appealing, to be fair.
Yeah.
Does it have like spices in it?
I think it can do. That would make it even worse. Yeah, I think it can have. I think the branded one, Advocard, does not. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure because I've only ever tried it once, and it was immediately like rejected.
I have a feeling I wouldn't like it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Right. What's your second choice?
Don't ever try it. I'd say it's not worth it. My second one is banana milkshakes. Now I like bananas. But bananas should never be messed about with, in my opinion. You just eat bananas as they are, and that's it. Don't ever put bananas in things like banana bread and all that. It's revolting. But banana milkshake is a particularly horrible use of a banana, in my opinion. They're just revolting. I love milkshakes too, like a McDonald's vanilla milkshake or a strawberry milkshake. That's delicious. But then they do a banana one, which is just like, to me, sick in a cup. So banana milkshake. it's the smell of banana sweets. They're not normal. No, it's something horrible happens to bananas when you mess about with them, and so I say leave the bananas as they are. Leave them alone.
With bananas.
Don't touch the bananas. Just eat them as they are.
Yeah, exactly.
A banana milkshake.
Right, and the third one.
My third one is a bit unusual, really, because it's something that I like and I've drunk a lot of in my life. But I became addicted to it. And because of that, I don't want it in the world anymore. And that is Diet Coke. I started drinking Diet Coke when I was probably about 20, thereabouts. I can't quite remember. And I developed a true addiction to it. I couldn't live my life without it. I had to have it every day. And if I didn't have it in the house, I'd have panic attacks and have to go out in the middle of the night and buy it. And I have done that in the past. And and then at some point in, about 10 years ago, maybe, I decided I'm going to go cold turkey, give it up. And it was hell to give it up because I was thinking about it all the time for months. But now I feel I'm over it. But I do see it out there. And very, very, very occasionally, like once every 6 months, I do get this kind of urge that, I could kill a Diet Coke. I'd really love one. So I'd like it all gone. So I never, ever have that temptation ever again. And I also think it's horrible, nasty stuff full of chemicals and not good for you. So get rid of that. Yeah, so that's my third choice.
Okay. I don't mind an occasional Diet Coke, though I prefer a Diet Coke cherry.
Oh God, that's awful.
I know. It's a bit weird, but I don't know why I like it. Anyway, see, Diet Coke's the only one I would drink out of them. So I'm going to have to save it. And seeing as you have it under the, you have your addiction sorted, I will save it and then let the chat decide between eggnog and banana milkshake, because both of them are just disgusting.
They're abominations.
Well, even though I haven't tried eggnog, I know it'll be disgusting. So if you want to banish banana milkshake, then type banana. If you want to banish eggnog, type egg. And then we'll see what will be going. Right, eggnogs. A lot of eggnogs, I can see. Yeah, I think it's eggnog.
Yeah, of those two, I think that's the right choice. Yeah. But the real right choice was Diet Coke, Eleni, because that should not be in the world.
I mean, I don't drink it very often. I'm not like, I have it occasionally. To be honest, I drink more water than anything else. So water and tea, probably.
Yeah, I drink lots of tea. I think my tea addiction is now taken over from my Coke addiction. I've got an addictive personality, obviously.
Hi, Lex.
Oh, no, she.
Yeah. She's late, she says. Right. Okay, so you've now got banana milkshake to take home along with your Blade Runner. Oh no, I mean Diet Coke, sorry. No, I'm keeping the Diet Coke, that's right. I'll get there, you know.
You can call the Diet Coke, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep that. You can have the banana milkshake back. Right. Okay, next category is things people say.
Right. I had a real problem with this one because I studied language at university in the form of linguistics. And when you're a linguist, you don't criticize things people say. You just describe what people say, and it's all like a phenomenon. And you believe that, well, you're trained to believe that language isn't fixed in stone. It evolves, it changes. And I really like all of that. I like regional variations, even though we all go on about cobs and stuff.
It doesn't necessarily have to mean like.
Yeah, I know. I've got some answers, Lainey, but I just wanted to point out that I find it difficult. Even when we take the piss of, like, you know, Ian with his oldie and all that, I kind of like it. I still like it. It's just in fun, really.
Don't tell him that you like it. God.
I like it when people start arguing about cobs. I just like hearing all the variations. Anyway, with that all aside, I am a human being, and there are some things I hear that I think, just stop it. That just sounds wrong. And my first one is when somebody says "my bad" when they mean, "Oh, sorry, that was my mistake or my fault or my error," and they say "my bad."
My bad.
That really irks me, and I try not to let it, but it does, because to me the word bad is not a noun, it's an adjective, and in that sense they're using it as a noun. It really, I don't know, and it also sounds insincere as well.
Yeah,
do you know?
I think it sounds insincere.
Yeah, if somebody goes, "Oh, my bad," it just sounds like they're taking the piss, and they're not actually sorry. They're glad that they've done whatever, you know. So it crept in maybe about 5-10 years ago. I'm not quite sure how long it's been around, but I would never say it, and it really irritates me if somebody.
It's like sort of going, "Oh, sorry," like that.
Yeah, it's like a sarcastic way of saying sorry. But yeah,
I don't really mean it.
It's growing, and I hate that one. So my bad is my first one. My second one is a word, but not the whole word. It's like one meaning of a word, and that is because it's a word that's been abused, I think. It's the word. Pardon anyone in the chat who's offended by this word, but it's the word pussy. But when I was a kid and all innocent, even though I'm still innocent now, but when I was more innocent as a child, I thought the word pussy meant a cat, and I had several pussies running around the house and all sorts of things. And then suddenly, when I grew up, I realised that it was a slang term for something a bit rude. And you know, you hear about Trump grabbing women by the pussy and things like that. And I feel it's a revolting use of that word. I want that meaning of that word to be banished, not the word itself, but that particular meaning of it. I want to carry on calling my cat a pussy without any sexual innuendo or wink wink from Ian, the tap doctor, because he's always going about it. Yeah, so the dirty meaning of the word pussy.
It's juicy, and I blame Mrs. Slocum.
Exactly, I blame her as well. So that's number 2.
Right.
My third one is it's a type of conversation that I find uncomfortable and hard to do, and that is small talk. When I was in my previous life, before I was a reseller, I used to have to go to lots of meetings and conferences and things like that. And I was subjected to a lot of small talk from people I didn't know. It's kind of like passing the time of day with people you don't know, with superficial, polite, you know, talk that doesn't really mean anything. It's just to fill a silence, really. And I'd just prefer the silence. Just shut up. You know, I don't want any small talk. Or if you want to talk to me, let's get down to some meaty subjects like religion or politics or whatever. I don't want small talk. I want interesting subjects. So small talk is my third one.
Right. Guess what I like?
I think you'll save pussy. No?
Small talk.
You'll pick small talk. Oh, right, okay.
Because I get really nervous, and people don't assume that I'm nervous, but the reason that is because I go into verbal diarrhea, because that's how I cope, in a sense.
Wow.
So small talk is a way of me, if I'm waffling about whatever, the weather,
Yeah,
wallpaper.
yeah.
The funny thing is it made us laugh because I was talking to one of the carers, and I was telling her about just getting some new wallpaper, and she was going, "Oh, lovely, lovely," and my son was going, "She's not interested, Mum." Like, and he was just, no one wants to know, man. Why do you keep, you know what I mean? Like taking the.
Because my mum used to do a lot of it as well. My mum used to just talk to strangers randomly, and it used to drive me mad. And I cannot do it. I find to you it's a way of releasing the tension of a situation. To me, it increases the tension.
More uncomfortable.
It makes me feel all like anxious, and I just don't have that. And I probably come across as like rude or standoffish because I can't do it. I just don't want to have small talk. I'd rather talk about politics or something more interesting.
Yeah.
No,
I waffle a lot about all sorts of small talk, and like I said, I just, especially in situations, if I feel awkward, then it's worse. You know what I mean? So I have to save it because I need it. So chat, you can either banish pussy or more the term pussy used
the rude meaning of the word pussy
way, rather than in the term of a cat. So if you want to banish pussy, put pussy, and if you want to banish my bad, put my. And we'll see what they choose. Oh, we've got 3 pussies.
Lex is banishing pussy.
No, people. Sharon, you're not allowed to write it twice. It's just not happening. Hi, Queenie. My bad. Bad pussycat shit in my garden. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right, I'm giving it to my bad. So, unfortunately, the word pussy stays.
That's the wrong choice again, folks.
I think I agree with Lex. It is cringy if it is used in a, if it's said in a jokey way. I didn't find it cringy, to be honest, but I think it would be in any other way. It's like minge. It's not the nicest of words.
Minge doesn't have another nice term. But it
just doesn't. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Doesn't sound. Yeah. Anyway,
moving on. The choice has been made. I have to live with it.
Yeah. So next category is songs. What are your choices for songs?
Right. Okay. The one that immediately sprang to mind when you gave me this category is a very popular song. In fact, I think they're all popular songs that I've chosen, but this one is extremely popular, but I detest it, and it is Angels by Robbie Williams.
Right.
I cannot stand it. If it comes on the radio, it's off within 2 seconds of it starting. It drives me mad. I think the lyrics are just ridiculously shallow and trite and cliche and sickly and sentimental. But I also think Robbie Williams is a crap singer, and it's a crap song, and everything about it's crap. And it was such a huge hit and everywhere at one point. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing it. And it astounds me that anyone likes it. Could I hate it more than I do? I don't think I could. Okay, that's the end of that one. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Okay. So next one.
The second one is another pile of doggy doo-doos. It is Candle in the Wind by Elton John. Again, somebody who is completely overrated is Elton John. I could have chose lots of his songs, but this is the one that irritates me the most because the lyrics are awful and the song's awful. But he is really mediocre singer as far as I'm concerned. Average talent. And I don't know how he's so popular. And then what makes this one, I hate this one the most, is because he then revised it to a tribute to Princess Di and all of that. And the lyrics of that are just total cringe. Oh, really, really awful. And that was everywhere again for a few months, and you couldn't get away from it. It was awful. So it drives me mad. So if that comes on the radio, off it goes. Can't bear it.
Right. And your last one?
And the final one might be a bit controversial and political, this one maybe, but it is God Save the Queen. And I don't mean the Sex Pistols God Save the Queen, because I like that. I mean our dire dirge national anthem that we have got. As soon as I hear the opening bars of that, again, it has to go off. I can't bear to sit through it. It's awful. It's got a really slow, mournful. I mean, it's not uplifting in any way. You'd think a national anthem would be uplifting and make you feel good or whatever. But to me, it makes me depressed if I hear it. And I don't like the words. I'm not into royalty. I'm not into God saving royalty and all that sort of thing. And I think we need a new national anthem, a better one, a more uplifting one that celebrates good things about our country, not how we're better than anybody else, but how our country is, beautiful or whatever. I want a national anthem that's, I don't know, got a disco beat or something to it, something a bit more fun. It's just really, really depressing, and I don't, I would never want to sing along to that, and people have to in certain circumstances, don't they? Criticise. Jeremy Corbyn did that time, political, but so God Save the Queen, get rid of that. I'm not looking in the chat. Does everyone hate me?
No.
How about Angels as a national anthem? Daryl, you'll be on the random list at the end if you're not careful.
I'm trying to think. Well, I didn't mind some of Robbie's stuff. I don't mind some of Elton's stuff. I'm not a massive fan of either. As for the national anthem, I get what you're saying. I think we need something new. But I do like the concept of having a national anthem. I just think
I'm not against the concept. That song, it's dire.
I think Saving the Queen's not a national anthem. That's just Saving the Queen.
It's not very inclusive of people who don't like royalty like me, for a start. So it needs to be more inclusive and a nice tune.
So, but if I banish it, then we'll never get a new one, will we? But then will we ever get a new one? Unless I banish it. Does that make sense? Not that I have that power. That would be good, wouldn't it? I know it's tradition, Chris, but you can change tradition. Tradition changes all the time. Hi, Cassie.
Like language.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna save it on the basis that in the future it should be updated to something more national. I mean, I really love the fact that, like, when like at the Olympics or something, and it's like a proud moment. But I would really like it to be something more.
But my choice is not the concept of national anthem. It's that particular national anthem. I'm saying we can have another national anthem, just not that one.
All right,
I'm trying to sway you here, Lainey, because
I don't know which. See, because like none of them's like jumping off the page for us to save. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Oh, you said before you might have difficulty in some categories because we're quite similar.
They're like jumping off the page. I don't really dislike. Right, I'm going to save Candle in the Wind, and I'm going to do it because my dad liked it. There you go.
Okay.
So if you want to banish angels, type angels. If you want to banish God Save the Queen, type the Queen. But we're not talking about the actual national anthem. We would quite like a new one.
Yeah.
There you go. So
you've chosen the least of my hated ones, so that's good. So either of them is fine to go in because I hate them both. Angels and the national anthem.
Right, we've got Queen. Let's have a look. Where scroll back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes, we want a disco beat. That's right, Ashley.
7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The Queen is going in.
Yay!
Well, God Save the Queen is going in.
She can go in as well.
Yeah. Well, I'll get our heads chopped off now.
No, that's not legal.
I know, but you know what I mean. Just jokes. Anyway, moving on to food.
Right, I didn't have any trouble with this. I mean, a few of the ones that I would have chosen have already gone in, like olives. That's already gone in. So I've got 3 more. So the first one that sprang into my head when you gave me this one is something I detest, and it's like poison to me, and that is celery. I cannot understand how anyone would put that stuff in the mouth. Just one taste of it, it's like I'm eating something that's going to kill me. It tastes absolutely revolting. I cannot swallow it. It has to be spat straight out. I just can't understand how anyone likes it. It tastes odd.
I like it.
Someone's got to, haven't they? Or it wouldn't be in the shops, but I just don't get it. It's weird. It's a weird taste.
I like it with hummus or a little bit of salt and yeah.
I've only ever tasted it twice in my life. I did once as a kid and I rejected it wholeheartedly. And then I tried it once as an adult and I thought maybe, you know, how your taste buds change when you get older, because I used to hate lots of things as a kid that I like as an adult. But I gave it a try and no, it's still horrific. So yeah, I don't like it.
All right. So what are your second choice?
My next one is, I didn't have to think about this too long either, is cinnamon. I think it's horrible, nasty, vile, stinky, horrible thing. And it ruins so many things that could otherwise be delicious, like apple pie, or you see cinnamon bagels and the cinnamon bagels sitting next to plain bagels on the shelf. I have to go and like smell that nasty cinnamon smell to get my lovely plain bagels. So I don't know why anyone would put cinnamon in. And it also upsets me that I can't order apple pie on a menu if I go out to a restaurant in the days that when we could do that kind of thing, because I just know that it will be infiltrated with this evil, nasty tasting cinnamon. I
agree.
In some countries, like in America, it's everywhere. It's in everything. Everything that it possibly could go in, it's in America. It's really nasty. And I don't know why anyone would want to eat it. So that's my number 2.
I totally agree with you. I don't get the whole cinnamon thing. It doesn't. It's not normal. I can't even put what it is. It's kind of like it's hot and it's spicy and it's a bit weird. It's like, I don't know. It's
peculiar. I like spice. I like chili spice, that sort of hot spice, like not too hot, but a little bit of hot spice. But cinnamon, it's something sweet and spicy at the same time. I don't know what it is. I just can't. Yeah. I can't describe what it is, but it's not something that I want in my mouth anyway. So, no. And the fact that it infiltrates lots of things, that it upsets me that it's on things. Yeah. So that's number 2. And my final one is. Do you want my final one?
Yep.
My final one is and apologies to any of my American friends in the chat, but it is American chocolate. I love chocolate. I'm a chocoholic. If there's chocolate in my house, I will eat it immediately. I can't have chocolate in the house if I'm trying to be healthy, because I just eat the lot. But American chocolate, it could be in my house for 10 years and I would never want to eat it, because it is not chocolate, in my opinion. I mean, I'm sure there are nice American chocolates, but I'm talking about your mainstream, kind of like Hershey's chocolate or M&M's, Mars chocolate, that sort of thing. It's kind of got a waxy, greasy sort of texture to it. It's weird. It's kind of sweet and bitter at the same time. I don't know. There's something peculiar about it. It's an abomination. It's a crime against chocolate. And
isn't Reese's American chocolate?
Possibly. I don't know. I've never had Reese's.
Because I like Reese's.
Well, I'm talking about Hershey's, and the ones I've tried.
Hershey's, no, I'm not a fan of Hershey's.
And I've tried American M&M's, and they are odd. That they're not nice. So, and I've been brought American chocolate back from holidays by people, and before I knew how nasty it was, I thought, oh, that's great. And then you try it, and you feel like you've been given something really horrible, because it is really horrible. I
know that if you watch like Americans trying out a chocolate or whatever, you always seem like over the moon by it, and they can't believe how nice it is.
I've got a friend in America, lives in Boston, and I went to visit her, and I took her like our versions of Twix and Kit Kat and things like that, and they've got them over there. And she was amazed that they were not the same. And she said ours are much nicer. So there you go. That's an American thing. That. So, yeah, their versions are weird, of those sort of mainstream chocolates. I don't know about Reese's. I've never had Reese's, so I don't know about that one. But I'm talking about those M&M's, Hershey's, that sort of thing.
Well, I'm not a fan of Hershey's and stuff. I absolutely detest cinnamon. Don't get that at all. And so I actually really like celery though. So I'm going to have to have celery. I'm going to have to keep it because, I like to have it just on a plate with some hummus and or a bit of salt. I really like it, and I quite often have it just on a salad and stuff. So I am keeping the celery. So chat, if you want to banish cinnamon, then type it in the chat. If you want to banish American chocolate, type Hershey's. I was trying to think. Hershey's cucumbers, the closest I get. Oh, you talked about thing. I agree, Susan. Horrible stuff. Have a whole hammer of American chocolate bars from my brother in the US for Christmas. Oh, that jumped. Very little has been eaten.
Yeah, somebody once brought me. You know how American bags of chocolate and bars of chocolate are always more massive than ours. Somebody once brought me this gigantic bag of M&Ms, American M&Ms, and it's the biggest bag of M&Ms I've ever seen in my life. And they sat in my cupboard for at least 6 months before I gave them a decent burial in the bin, because I just couldn't eat them. They were horrible.
Well, the chocolate's gone in. Chocolate.
Yeah. Even though I probably hate the other two more because I encounter them more. The American chocolate, it's really an abomination. So yeah. Sorry, America, but you got chocolate wrong.
Okay. Next one is things people do.
Okay.
I'm sure I've had a massive list for this one.
I did have a massive list. I've struggled. The struggle is real, but I've struggled to whittle it down to 3 sort of examples of when I encounter people and they irritate me. So the first one is you go into the petrol pump for some petrol, and it's a busy day at the petrol pump. All the pumps are in use, so you pull up behind one of them. And the one that you think's almost done and will go first, you make your choice. It's a bit like the post office queue or whatever. You make your choice and you win.
Yeah.
So you get behind this person who's just about finished, and they go into the store to pay, And then they decide to do their full weekly grocery shop in the store while you're sitting behind them waiting to use the pump. But their car is blocking that pump. And you see all the other pumps, you know, all around you getting 2 or 3 people going through while you're just sat there like a plonker waiting for this person to come out who's doing their grocery shopping while getting petrol. Have the decency to move your car into a parking space and let people carry on using the pumps. That's what I think they should do. But no.
Basically, it's the fact that they don't move out of the way to do that.
That's right, yeah. Well, the petrol pumps I go to, you can move your car out of the way, park it up, and then go and do your shopping at your leisure. And other people can still use the pump while you're doing that. Yours will stay in the memory of the cashier. But no, people just think they can just go and do their shopping and leave you waiting. And that really irks me. It's happened to me quite a few times and it's really irritating.
I mean, I don't drive, so I've never had that issue, to be fair. But I would think that, you know, it would be decency to actually do that and remove them out the way whilst you're finishing your shopping in there.
Well, don't do your shopping while you're getting your petrol. Go to a supermarket and do your shopping like a normal person.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the first one. The second one is people who spend the whole of the evening in the cinema or the theatre kicking the back of your seat. Right. I have been in the cinema many a time and had somebody come and sit behind me, and they're one of these fidgety type people who can't keep their feet still, and inflicted their foot on the back of my seat over and over and again all night long. And
these are adults, not children.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about adults, because children, they haven't got long enough legs to do that kind of thing anyway.
Well,
but yeah,
it's just the length of their legs that they can't help it. Like,
well, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's more that they've got one of these, like, you know, they've got like an, you know, people who can't keep still.
Yeah.
But then they just kick. It's like a slow torture to me. I just find it so, I feel like I want to kill somebody when they're doing that to me. And I have many times moved seats in a cinema because of that. Well, I say many times, a few times. I don't go to the cinema a great deal, but I have moved seats because of that. Yeah. And if I book seats at a theatre, I love going to the theatre when we could. And if I book seats in a theatre, I try to seek out seats when I'm booking that don't have another seat behind them, because it drives me mad. It really does drive me mad. So it's so I don't know, rude. I can't think of the word. Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, I suppose there's accidents, and then there's repeatedly doing it.
Oh yeah, if somebody just does it if they just do it briefly, it's fine. But it's like,
I know that there isn't much space, and you do need to kind of stretch out a little bit sometimes. But like, you know, it's one of them things, isn't it?
You're being too kind to them, Lena. They're just irritating.
when I was in, because I've only been to the. I've been to well, I see the pictures because I'm still like that. You know what I mean?
I take pictures too.
Yeah, I've only been to pictures once since I've been in the wheelchair, and like it was weird because I had to stay on the lower level, like, which is built for like, which meant that like I was like sort of, the picture was there and I was just like this, and I had to kind of like Laura, who was with us, she was able to sink into the chair a little bit to sort of thingy herself back, but I wasn't able to do that. It was quite uncomfortable, really, to be honest. But yeah, that's a different story anyway. So what is your last choice?
So my third one is my people.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Philly. Philly said, "What do you watch at the cinema? You banished all the films."
No, I haven't banished all the films.
Not all the films.
So my third one, animal lovers might sympathise, or small animal lovers like cats and that might sympathise with this one. So it's when I take my cat to the vet. Again, this is all pre-COVID because none of this happens now. But when I would take my cat to the vet, my vet has got a big waiting room with 2 designated areas, one for dogs and one for small other animals like cats, rabbits, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so that the dogs aren't, interfering with the cats, basically. And I think that's a really good idea. It didn't used to be like that, and I thought that was a great thing. But then you get these irresponsible dog owners, and I'm not blaming the dogs at all. I love dogs, but irresponsible dog owners with their long, stretchy leads, and they let their dogs kind of wander over to my side of the vet and sniff my cat or have a look at my cat and make it panic. And but then when you object, they say things like, "Oh, it's all right. My dog's not aggressive. It won't hurt your cat." But what they don't realise is that the cat is freaked out just by the dog being anywhere near my cat, not trying to hurt my cat in any way, but just being in the proximity of my cat. And I think that is rude and irresponsible. And as I say, I don't blame the dogs at all. I blame these stupid owners. So that's my third one of things that irritated me when I was thinking about them.
Now it's like, what do I keep?
So maybe you've got no experience of any of those.
Well, no, not really, because I mean, I have had a cat, but like, it was, the vets was all one waiting room at the time. But if there were people who were triggered in there, or people whose dogs were triggered, they used to just wait outside. They'd send someone in and say, "Oh, we're outside," and then they'd wait outside just so that they weren't causing any issue. You know what I mean?
But it's not even dogs that are causing any trouble or barking or anything. It's just the owners allowing them to like wander over when the vet has just, specifically created two distinct areas because they know that small animals might be freaked out by dogs, because dogs are loose, aren't they? Whereas cats and rabbits and that at the vet are not loose, and dogs do wander. So anyway, I'll let you choose.
What do I choose? I'm thinking, what would I be the most irritated by? Yeah, that would annoy me, because I'd think, well, why don't you just stay over there with the dog when my cat's there? And little small animals are obviously more scared of bigger animals. So, like, and if your cat was to react through the cage and claw it or whatever, then they'd be
it wouldn't be their fault, though, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Kicking the back of the seat is annoying. I think if it's done accidentally once, you know what I mean? If you have longer legs, move seats so that you're not irritating someone in front of you. If you're prone to that. So the only reason I'm going to say if the shop is at the petrol station, because it doesn't leave as much choice, and so. Although I do agree it's kind of annoying, but I also think that it's so easy to think you go in there to just buy that, and then you think, oh, I need this and I need that, and you know what I mean? I understand it's annoying when you have to wait, and I do agree that they should move, but I'm going to save that because the other two are more annoying to me in my situation. So, members of the chat, if kicking the seat is annoying, then put kick in the seat. If long leads in the vets are annoying, then just put kicking, I meant. Then just long. Hi Mel, hi Richard. So long or kicking. And we'll banish whichever. Be really good if we had real power, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just like really
dangerous.
Hi, Kay. Don't know if I said hi or not. Right. Jasper has a long lead, but it's only ever used in like the park, or like there's a grassed area. Well, actually, where she goes, she usually lets them off anyway because it's all enclosed. But yeah.
It's not tall people that I object to, Michelle. I'm tall. It's people who then spend their time kick. It's like that. It's kind of like a dripping tap.
Like a
It just annoys me. Yeah.
Right, I'm thinking it's looking like it's long leads. So, people in the effects.
Yeah, leave my cat alone. Leave my pussy alone. Keep your dog away from my pussy.
Stephen says, be right back. Just going to get some eggnog infused with him an ice cream. Okay, moving on to celebrities.
I found this very difficult because I am not a follower of celebrity culture at all. I don't own a TV. I don't know who half the celebrities are these days. I sound like an old woman, don't I? But I just don't find it interesting. You know, when you do your quizzes and have celebrity questions, I don't know who half of them are. So, but anyway, I racked my brains and I came up with 3 people who, if I see them on the screen or hear about them or whatever, they make me feel nauseous. Okay, and the first one has already been mentioned tonight in a different category, but it's Robbie Williams. I can't stand the man. He's a self-satisfied, smug twat, basically. Can't stand him. He's got this permanent sort of half smile, smug smirk that he has on his face. Oh, it makes me feel murderous when I see it. I just can't bear looking at him. And he's so arrogant. When he was at Success after Take That's demise, he was so arrogant and rude about his former band that made him a star, you know. And I just think he was jealous of Gary Barlow's talent. I like Gary Barlow. When he's got no talent. His songs are all shit. There's no songs of his that I like in any way. And he's ungracious, arrogant, smug, and irritating. And I
went through a phase of liking Robbie. See, Gary Barlow is cheese. You know what I mean? He's very cheese. Very cheese.
He's gracious cheese, though, isn't he? He let Robbie back in to Take That when Take That were back on the rise again. I thought that was very gracious of him.
But
you're not going to persuade me that Gary Barlow's not nice because I like him.
I'm just to me, I find him very cheesy. I don't get annoyed by Robbie. I understand that you do. My mum used to. She absolutely detested him. She couldn't stand him and used to say to me, "How do you like him?"
I knew I liked your mum.
Yeah, he's an arrogant tosser. That's what she used to say. But I used to find him just cheeky. Like I always took what he did tongue in cheek, like not serious. You know what I mean? And that's why I did like it. Whereas Gary was like, even his voice was boring. You know, like his talking voice.
No, I don't agree. I find Robbie's talking voice
monotone level. Just there's no. There was no ever any excitement in it. It doesn't change. It's just this. Yeah. Anyway. Hi, John.
Anyway, we're not here to discuss Gary Barlow.
Moving on from Robbie.
Okay, the second one is Jeremy Clarkson. He's gross. He's a privileged, another self-satisfied, smug tosser who thinks it's funny to be racist and homophobic and etc. in primetime TV shows, you know, slips those racist jokes in or whatever. And it really astounds me how he's still got a job in TV. I hear he's presenting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire now and upsetting everybody. Why do these TV, channels keep hiring him? He assaulted one of his producers once physically, and he still has a career. I just don't get it. I hate everything he stands for. The fast car, kind of culture. I think he's a climate change denier. He likes fox hunting and all that bollocks. He's a privileged arsehole He needs to be off our screens, I'd say. Get rid.
When I always think of him as like when I think of him, I think of turtlenecks with trousers just under his man boobs, with the bottom of his socks showing because his bottom of his trousers are turned up, his jeans, sorry, and he's got a really long face. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
it's not so much his appearance that I find gross. It's his personality.
No, that's just what I think of when I think of him.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of his, to be honest.
Yeah.
I did used to like. I heard Fiona. She's busy.
Yeah, that's my pussy. That's my pussy.
I think I did used to think that him, James May and Richard Hammond worked well together as like a thing on Top Gear.
I have seen that show a couple of times. And the other two, they're also in that fast car culture. But they don't nauseate me like he does.
Richard Hammond nearly killed himself a couple of times, didn't he?
Yeah. And I believe Clarkson made a joke about that as well.
Probably.
Because he's just bad. He's just got bad taste. I think he's horrible.
Okay, and what's your last one?
The last one is, again, somebody I don't really get why she's got a career in TV, because I find her boring, nauseating, and that is Claudia Winkleman. Okay?
Claudia Winkleman.
I can't bear to look at her. I don't want to judge women's looks, but she's very fake looking. I just find the whole makeup really fake, and it's not something I want to look at, really. And she's got a very odd hair. Doesn't she do commercials for like hair products? I find her hair very peculiar. Her fringe is often
she hides behind a fringe.
It's halfway down her face. I mean, Carla would go mad with that fringe, wouldn't she? She'd do that constantly. I find her hair very irritating. I find her makeup
I like her. I kind of like her. I think she's a bit. I think what you're seeing as a fakeness is actually it's a kind of awkwardness that she has, but I don't think it's fake. I think she's. It
isn't just that. There's all of that, but there's also the fact that I don't think she's got much of a personality either. She's a bit of a. She's quite annoying, I think. The few times I've seen her, she's never said anything with any kind of like content. It's all about fluffy things and glitter, and I can't understand why she's a prime time TV star and very popular. She just annoys me. If I see her, another one.
I agree with Lex. She's saying it's Tess Daly that should go, and I agree. I think it's Tess Daly that doesn't have any personality in comparison. I quite like her actually. I don't mind.
She's not my cup of tea at all.
I mean, I don't love her, but I do quite like her.
Now I find the whole. I mean, whatever it is that she's covering up with all that makeup and hair, it irritates me to look at, and I don't want to look at it. I don't watch TV.
She's on the UK version of Strictly Come Dancing, or it was Strictly Dance. What is it? Strictly Come
Dancing. I don't watch TV a lot, but I have seen her on that show a few times, and I don't find the other one, Tess, all that irritating. I know that Lex does. I've heard her mention it before, but she's a bit of a vacuum as well, but she's not an irritating vacuum, personality vacuum. Whereas I find Claudia Winkleman very irritating, and I don't want to see her. Get her off the TV.
Right, so we've got Robbie, Jeremy Clarkson's definitely going in. I don't want to know. So Robbie or Claudia? I think I'm gonna have to stay with Robbie, to be honest.
No, Save Claudia. Save Claudia.
I'm going to save Robbie. So therefore, people in the chat, it's Clarkson or Claudia. So if you want to banish Clarkson, Jeremy Clarkson,
I know
type
which one
Clarkson. And if you want to banish Claudia Winkleman, type.
I don't think I even have to look. I know which one's going in.
That is. Yeah.
I wanted you to save Claudia and put the two.
You won't always get what you want.
I know.
Yeah, Clarkson's winning this hands down here. I think there was a couple of Claudias, but the rest of them is there.
It's all right. He is an obnoxious twat, so
yeah. We can definitely do without him. All right, next and last one. The
last one was the most difficult of all.
Is the random mix.
Yes.
So this time you get to pick anything you want.
Just chuck it all in. Like I said, chuck everything in.
I mean, to be honest, I think, was it yesterday you still had 10 choices for this category?
No, it was 11. And then
11.
And then I was chatting to a friend to try and whittle it down. She gave me a couple of extra ones, so it was 12, 13 by the end of it. Yeah. So, but I have like whittled it down to 3. I was tempted to throw in 3 YouTubers that annoy me, and let you be the the one that takes all the blame. And my top 3, just in case you want to know, would have been Lex. Not really.
Lex is.
But yeah, anyway, I'll move on to the real choices. And my first one is, these are all kind of fun answers. I'm not going for serious answers, but my first one is unicorns. Right. I love animals. I love horses, real horses. But somebody in their wisdom decided to stick a rainbow-coloured knob on a horse's head and call it unicorn. And suddenly I'm feeling very stabby because they absolutely irritate the hell out of me. I hate how unicorns have stolen a beautiful phenomenon, which is the rainbow, and turned it into this glittery, fluffy, farty nonsense that unicorns are farting rainbows and stuff. I absolutely detest unicorns and I want them banned. I think they should be illegal.
But it's not all unicorns don't have a rainbow looking knob. Some of them are just white that I've seen.
They've all got a knob though, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because that's their defining feature, isn't it? This knobhead thing. Mm-hmm. And I just think it's dreadful that they have that horses are beautiful, unicorns are nasty. Get rid of them.
You do know they're not real, Susan. Just.
And that's part of why I hate them as well.
Nick wants to know if the lady unicorns have knobs too.
I think they do on their heads.
Yeah.
Oh, I think both genders of unicorns don't have the other type of knob because they are they're for kids, aren't they? And so they are gender neutral. They don't have genitalia.
Stu says they have a rainbow fanny.
When my 2 nieces who are twins were young, they discovered I hated unicorns. Somebody told them because they love them.
Yeah.
Girls. And one of them drew a picture of a unicorn shitting a rainbow on my head or something. And it's one of my favourite pictures. So that's the only exception. That picture of that unicorn shitting on my head is the only exception. Right. But all other unicorns need to go in the Banish bin.
Okay. So what is your second thing?
My second thing is gifts. Not gifts with a T on the end, but gifts. GIFS. Those annoying small video clips that people send you in messengers. And since I discussed this the other day with Ian, he has bombarded me with gifts. I find them really irritating. I don't know if it's something in my personality, but I can watch a little video clip once, maybe twice, but then it becomes really irritating to me. The constant repeat of the same little clip over and over again. It's like somebody's like kicking me in the back at the cinema. It's that same kind of irritation.
Yeah, but you don't have to watch it over and over again, you know.
If you're in a conversation with somebody, if you're in a conversation with somebody on a chat, it sits there while you're thinking of the next thing to say, and it's really irritating. And I have to just type a word over and over and over again to get it out of the oh, for God's sake, Lex has just sent me a GIF.
You knew that was going to happen. You're just going to get a load of GIFs now. Quick,
I'm changing my third choice to Lex. So yeah, I find GIFs really irritating. Just send me a picture or a meme. A meme is fine.
If someone says something and it deserves an eye roll, right? You're not gonna like take a video of yourself doing an eye roll. You just send one of them and it's done. It's like sorted. You know what I mean?
No, you can send us an emoji that's an eye roll. That's acceptable.
Some of them need to be like more.
No, I find them all universally irritating. As I say, it's kind of like that constant, like over and over and over thing. And I've got to then type like the word no 10 times to get it to move up the screen so I can carry on with the conversation that I'm having.
Oh no, I realise why you did that now. I thought you were just really annoyed. No.
So yeah, that's my second choice, GIFs.
Oh God.
I'm irritated.
You're looking for unicorn gifts to send you now. You do know that.
God.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get a few, yeah. And do you want my third one?
Yep.
So my final one is, oh God, my phone's pinging. I'm gonna kill that Stig later. He's just sent one as well. Right. My third choice is ASMR videos. Particularly, right. I know there's different sorts, but particularly the whispering ones. Oh my God. If anything has me murderous, it's those videos. They make me agitated, anxious, like aggressive. I can't understand how anyone would find them relaxing, or I think some people find them a bit sexy. To me, it is the opposite of all those things. They drive me absolutely insane. And the people are so close up to the microphone, and the microphone is so loud. You can hear this wet, clacking moisture sound as their lip moves away from the top of their tongue moves away from the top of their mouth, or their lips part. And oh, it's disgusting. It's like torture. I'd rather listen to nails scratching down a blackboard than listen to that crap. I just cannot understand how anyone would want to listen to it. It is vile. So
it's the same as like watching people eat.
Yeah. I don't
hate the noises when people eat.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear what you're munching. Like, no.
Well, noisy eating was one of my others on this list that I rejected, because this is worse, because people do it. People do it to give pleasure in others, and it causes me the exact opposite of pleasure. I can't bear it. I put one on just to come up with some ideas of what I was going to say about it, and I could barely get 5 seconds in before it had to stop. It was awful.
Ian says, Susan, can you say wet lips again, asking for a friend? Oh God. Apparently EMSR is for perverts.
Yeah, look, Nick says when Andrew eats live, that's why I can't stand Andrew's live. Like him and that Krillin both chomping away on meat. It's just like, it's dreadful. But the ASMR is worse.
Mm. No, I have to agree with you. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. I don't get it's like foot fetishes. I don't get the enjoyment from it. I don't understand why people like it.
No, I don't get that either. Feet are
necessary. So now I've got to decide whether I save unicorns or gifts. And I do like both.
You're weird, Lainey.
But because even if I banish unicorns, then there'll still be unicorn gifts, right? Or does that not count?
If you banish unicorns, all the unicorn gifts go along with them, so that's like a double bubble.
Well, then again, that depends on whether they choose AMSR or if they choose. Yeah, I'm gonna save the gifts because I just love a gift. I love sending them, so got to save them. So you want to banish unicorns or AMSR? So
I think you chose the right one, Lainey. Of the three, that's the least annoying of those three.
AMSR, ASMR, or ARMSS, or whatever it is. I don't know.
ASMR.
Yeah, that one.
Well, Michelle says she thinks ASMR keeps serial killers from developing, but in people like me, it develops serial killer tendencies because I want to go and kill them all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's vile.
Okay.
They're going for the ASMR, are they?
Hi, Rich. Yep, ASMR, that is it.
I think that's the right
thing. You've sent me a picture on Insta of how much Susan has upset my daughter with her. You. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Go to Instagram. I'm in my other Instagram, which is unusual because I'm normally in this one, but still.
After I've said I detest unicorns, you're going to show me a unicorn picture.
Yep. Oh, they're sweet though.
Oh, she looks so sad.
Yeah, she is, because you've just dissed our unicorn.
I hope she's not listening to my tirade of foul language.
She's like, Susan makes small children cry.
It's been said before, Nick.
Anyway, that was really good. I enjoyed that. Did you finally relax into it?
I was very nervous to start with, but yeah, once I got into my flow, couldn't hold me back.
I'm blurred on. Hold on, I need to unblur myself. There you go, unblurred. But yeah, hi big girls, really do cry, and the funny bird with the squeaky voice like Mrs. Merton. Hello, Susan. That was off Grant.
I used to like Grant's.
Yeah.
You're lucky that the list is now finished because you would have been on
it. Stephen wants to know if you detest unicorn images or unicorns in real life.
I hate to break it to you, Stephen, but there are no real unicorns.
And Lex said, so wait, Susan, am I not banished?
Just your feet, Lex. Your feet are banished from my Facebook chat. But no, there's parts of Lex I like.
Parts of it, just parts of it. Okay.
just a few bits.
Anyway, thank you very much for doing this, Susan. I
hope it was good.
You did great. It was really good. Enjoyed it. Good laugh.
You gave me way too long to think about it. The list got longer and longer and longer.
I probably shouldn't have sent you it a week ago. I probably should have just sent you it like the day before. I think it would have been better for you because I think you've kind of tortured yourself over the week. Yeah, it was, like I said, it's all good fun. If anyone wants to take part, I do have a list of ongoing names. Sharon is next week. Sharon Mize, I think she's still in the chat. And then Lex is the week after. And then Carla to still ask. Chris from Cookie and the Haydens want to do it. Well, Carla wants to do it. I've just got to agree with time and things. Queenie wants to do it. And Neil and his sidekick Stu want to do it. So I've got a few people already in, but if anybody does want to do it, I will add you to my list for sure. Just either type it in the box below or send me a message on Instagram.
This could go on and on for months. You've got quite a few.
There's plenty of people, isn't there? There's plenty of people. But I am live again in 10 minutes. Woohoo! It is Trivia Tuesday, and I will be over there in 10 minutes' time. So I'm going to end this. Thank you very much again, Susan, and I will see you all over there in 10 minutes, and hopefully you will be in the chat as well.
Hopefully I will, yeah. Got to get a drink and go and sort out my pussy.
So, bye everyone. See you in a bit.